if the previous episode is anything to go by, Rudius has really gotten his group into something, haven't they? Strolling into town, becoming adventurers, picking up some quests, some quite a bit higher than their level, but trying to overcome that by just substituting out another group's records. Which could only mean one thing, it's going to go exceedingly well. Especially with hiding a bird in plain sight by solely changing hair colour. And as we've learned from the likes of Clark Kent, it really can be that easily to fool everyone with your alternate personality. Roxy? Is this after event? I would think with so many refugees, a big camp like that set up. A list of the dead. At least, they've got confirmation. But it also means that they're unaccounted for, so while it is somewhat of a good sign. Looks like Paul has some fans. Was that, I was about to say, a full-fledged letter? At least Norn is okay out of the list of them, but there are others more in need. It's nice that he's out there searching instead of just falling into despair or something. I see they're setting up a store, trying to find a more genuine form of living. I think that he's not exactly one to not look for other members of his family if he knew that they were all missing. But how far-reaching was the Mana Cataclysm displacement? If they're getting so much just for investigating, and people can take up the quest going, yep, didn't see nothing, where's more money? They're still on tough speaking terms based on the actions of the previous episode. Rudy against him, just slaughtering random people if they were mean to kill children. And now Rudy is about to put himself in this conversation. A fledgling group versus big orc dude. Don't keep her waiting for too long, Eris will get bored. There's that threatened by them. Let's hope this forest isn't too dangerous for them then. But now that everyone's wound up with monsters running about. And with... Of course he would be. They're rushing straight forward into danger. I think he cares more about their safety than the knowledge of being a spurt get out. If they can... Well, if they can use this opportunity to not only... maybe being a spurt does become knowledge to the party, but seeing that he's not a truly terrible guy might not be too bad. I mean, does that mean that you are also somewhat surrounded by monsters since you... That's an arachnid. I mean, they're running the hell away. Things look pretty desperate. Okay, might be the time to step in. I mean, do you need to make it any more dangerous than this? They're being pincered by those two. You have to... Ah, that's a good sign. He has no legs. Such a lovely display of acrobatics. And thanks to his inaction, Rudius is not going to have to live with the consequences there. I don't think healing magic is all like benevolent. Although we did get to see both Eris and... wow, I've forgotten his name. 1v1 those monsters. The completely desaturated forest to go along with this scene. More than likely, yes. The power of hindsight. He thought he could get more out of the situation. The rage in his face there. I mean, they did come to the forest underprepared, but if he can't be blamed, who's he got pinned up against a tree? He's really not counted amongst the children. It is a life that they are all firmly aware of. Although it's definitely soured any sort of expectations that there might be some benefit from the situation. I'm sure that's a great amount of comfort to him right now. carrying their fallen comrade to, well, give him a decent burial. Well, that was a blood-curdling scream. I don't think the other group are faring all too better. Everyone seems to be overestimating this place. Just how big are monsters? Do they grow in this place? For the food chain to still stay okay. He's hesitating. Alright, and do it, I guess. And with the trees being as big as they are, and the monsters as large as they are, how does anything stay somewhat hidden? Good save, and I love that camera movement. Actually following, like, a first-person view of what she was seeing being flung around there. Good slice. Oh, they painted the trees. He was right. They definitely had a chance of winning. Just make sure. Are they safe, though? I mean, he was halfway inside of a Red Hood Cobra for some time. A very somber mood considering the success. Not right now. He's trying to cause a scene at the worst time. What happened? Well, that's if the guild actually ends up finding out about this. Also, if he knows just how strong they have become now, and like, they are the real deal kind of thing, being able to take on these hunts. Would you really want to part of any form of money to them? He's got himself in a tough predicament. Even if he did that, would really be able to live with himself with that decision of putting the blame on someone else. He said with quiet confidence. And for teacher to say that, why would she not believe him? And he knows exactly what he's about to do. Okay, I see. Now, Richard is the one being at the centre of attention right now. So he backed off pretty fucking quick. Didn't really get to create much of a name for themselves to make their reputation go a bit better. Should that really matter? Funny how you only seem to care about that now. Do you think a type like that who would strong-arm themselves into easy money by these sorts of deeds will really learn a lesson? I think you got the message. But any sort of goodwill towards Spurs that they're trying to accomplish has gone straight down the toilet. And even they themselves, after everything that has happened, are terrified here. It might take a long time, but they're going to reflect on that for a little bit. That's definitely going to be a big moment for them. I do hope that they manage to come through this. That little, now two-man group. I'm surprised calling out like that actually worked. Like a lost puppy that ran away from home. He still has his job of escorting them back home. So we can't just run and leave them. It's a complicated situation. But how much does he actually believe that Rudius was genuinely trying to improve the spiritual relation with the world? Even if that something is completely unaware of the situation. There are so many definitions, but it's whether he holds true to himself. His pride, his spear, and duty to resolve, to protect. Quite simple. I don't think this is really going to stop Rudy from working towards that eventuality. No matter how many towns he needs to completely flood. I'm glad they could come to a understanding, especially onto this backdrop. Yeah, how could they dare forget about her standing on the outskirts, not actually being able to be part of it? Also, still having him on board is a very valuable asset. They started off with just the three of them, and now they are back to it. Even if it is strolling through the wasteland. The stress got to him. Oh. So if they can't see the green hair, done. Don't know she knew about it? If they don't know that he's a bird, they're not going to freak out. Didn't she have that thing in her hand earlier? Ah, they all had one. And it matches his detailings on his top. The fact that it really is reflecting upon what transpired, how it went wrong, why it went wrong, what you can do better. Part 2 of their journey will start here. Every step they take will get a little closer. Why is he wearing the fumes that noxious? And as strong as she is, you can just see the power difference between them if she's getting knocked around like that. Rudy, of course you would be looking in this... Removed! Good outfit change, Rudy. He looks smashing. That red really brings out the rest of the outfit. Wow, come across some harbour. I see. Are they going to just miss each other? As it stands there, a few deaths, one which really would probably have, squarely at his shoulders. An entire town being made an enemy. Their licenses might actually be completely revoked now. Although, would anyone be foolish enough to anger the Spurd in case he comes back? But going to a dangerous forest where adventurers go to track down monsters and seemingly actually just kind of waltz through the fights. Their inexperience might play a part into it, but strength-wise, they're looking good. Just unfortunate that everyone else was a little unlucky in their encounter. And really learning a lesson or two, not every situation is to be used to their utmost advantage, especially when lives are on the line. But to think about it, with Rudy going from, oh shit, do I pay this guy off, to let's raise the entire fucking city, it's a bit of a step. But outside their immediate danger, the letter that Paul left on the Wall of the Dead informing him, really, you're strong enough I don't actually need to worry about you too much. You'll be fine. I need to find the others. Nearly everyone's missing. How many families and lives were torn apart by this unexpected event? People could be dropped almost anywhere. Hopefully, at least, everyone was transported onto dry land. Just being left in the middle of the ocean or something doesn't really give you a fighting chance. And with that said, Roxy and people with a history with Paul coming into the port harbour town where Rudy and the others are kind of rocking up to as well. Is it going to be a chance meeting or just a missed opportunity? We're going to have to find out. That was the first half, the first section of this core. But luckily, I'm not going to stop. So, strap yourself in. We'll be moving on to more of Mushoku Tensei because I can't really stay away from it. So much about this I really do like. The tension, the fact that people aren't just safe. Deaths do occur now. And while the aspect of it being like an isekai hasn't really impacted the journey or the lives so far, his actions of how he interacts with stuff, but the behind the scenes personal play of his mind state, the dream world with human god man thing, he saw himself as that previous incarnation, the fat loser. The whole section of it with being a kind of redemption story at the same time is a nice take on it. But with a trim of the hair, new fashion sense, and setting out on the journey, our group should be doing fine. Let's see who we come across. Any one of the family or past even acquaintances that they could come across. Could lead to an interesting conversation, some big moments should really know that everyone is in danger, not just them who've been moved. I'm looking forward to the future, should you too. I'm looking forward to the future, should you be too. Please let me know. But most importantly, I really do hope you're enjoying. So I guess I'll see you for the next one. I really hope I don't find myself having to flee from any kind of city. Although, with the amount of anime I'm watching, maybe that could be a possibility. But in my current state, I need to thank Electric Cant, Noku, Raywin, Kite, Sal, Shiwan, Mats, Girly, Cardboard, Croyville, Ginterman, Jennifer Rojas, D. Fido, Alvin Garson, Defender of Segs, Dark Shadow, 7899 and everyone else. Because should my channel be forced into worlds anew, it's nice to know that at least some are behind my back.